Joined by Coach Stan Van Gundy and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter.
And there's always a little bit of animosity when these teams get together, but that is why it's a great rivalry.
Yeah, it's a game both teams get up for, regardless of recent records.
Now here's Cunningham. Down low. Duncan. Oh, a big finish on that one.
Well, that's a smart play, taking advantage of the mismatch in close.
Stan, the top pick in the 2021 draft, Cade Cunningham. He's made major strides the last couple of years, but what have you seen from him?
Well, he's a big guard who can both score and create shots for his teammates. I think this guy is a winner.
Proving once again, Levine is not all dunks and threes.
To the middle. And stolen by Cunningham. And here we go, the Nuggets on the fast break. Here's Levine. Got a hand on it. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Inside. It's stolen. Back come the Nuggets on the run. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Jalen Brunson picks one up.
You're shooting more free throws as his career is going on. Siakam wants to get that percentage up.
And one thing that Siakam has always had a knack for, Grant, cutting to the rim and finishing plays.
Yeah, he plays so well when he has space to move. He's just great off the ball, and that fits with any team. His ability to convert at the rim makes his cuts that much better.
Here's Cunningham. The Timberwolves getting their last shot to go. Kicks it out to Siakam. That falls. Nice feed that time from Cunningham.
You have to take Siakam seriously at the arc. He can hurt you from there.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Chris Finch. I asked him what's the key to slowing down Cade Cunningham. Coach said, quote, not letting him get clean looks inside the arc. Cade is a terrific mid-range shooter and a solid finisher inside, so we just have to get a hand in his face on every shot. Limiting his production could be the difference in this game.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Left side, Levine. Trying to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. And Brunson's got the ball here for Minnesota. It's a three-point game. Pass to Vassell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Gosh, no good.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
Brunson with it. Siakam covering. They grab their own miss. The kick out to Brunson. To the inside. Launches a three. And that's good. Vassell for three.
Well, this is Vassell's game. He can do that all day.
Denver leading by 3. A minute 29 left in the first quarter here. Free throw line jumper. Here's Siakam. Banked it in off the glass. Siakam's got 6 points.
A fantastic athlete. You love the effort Siakam shows on the glass to keep plays going.
Outside Walker. The 3. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Pass to Cunningham. And there's the screen. To the paint. Here's Duncan. The rebound by Bosch. Timberwolves trail by 5. Vassell outside. From downtown. Nails it from beyond the arc. 6 points for him.
Yeah, nice shot by Vassell. Really good three-point shooter.
Siakam the screen. Cunningham drives in. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Now here's Brunson. They look to him to score consistently, averaging around 13.5 a game. Pass to Walker. Out to the wing. Brunson taking his time here. He takes it in. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Nuggets ahead. They lead by 4. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going so far for the Nuggets.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
Another thing they're doing well early on is passing the ball, spreading it around the floor and feeding guys who are well set up to score.
In close, Green puts it in. And, Coach, it seems there's a move to cut out some of the cheap fouls in the game. This notion of, if you wouldn't call it on the playground, why do you call it in a game? You like to see where it's going?
Yeah, look, there's some times where I think we'd get a better game if the players do what they did in pickup games, Brian, and just called their own fouls. A lot of these cheap fouls would cease to exist. I think there's just got to be a better recognition from referees on what really impacts a play and what doesn't.
Timberwolves trail by 4. To the middle. Here's Zubac. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
Well, all of us coaches, we love when you can create looks in close.
And here's Lillard. No made baskets yet. There's a screen. Here's Green. Gets rebounded by Minnesota.
I think this is a rare case of being overcommitted. He tried to go all out at the rim, and they stifled him.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
BBA, the Denver Nuggets are building for the long haul. Their philosophy has been to draft polished prospects and then develop them into contributors. They look for 4 qualities: basketball IQ, character, positional size, and absence of skill deficiencies. Brian, the track record has been strong.
It really has. Thanks, Allie. The shot by Lillard, no good.
Excellent coverage defensively, making it hard on him.
Three-pointer, Anthony connects from downtown. And it's a 3-point Timberwolves lead.
I'll tell you what, they are on fire this quarter, taking total command of this game.
Pass to Hendricks to stop the run. And another miss by Denver.
Oh, he's frustrated there. You know he wanted to come right back with a 3 of his own.
Back to Anthony. Zubac, screen. And Anthony slams it in.
Well, Anthony knew the spot he wanted to get to off the pick and executed.
Now a timeout called by Denver. Both teams deciding to change it up. And we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second. Here's Cunningham. Right now contributing around 10.5 points a game. The shot by Dort, no good.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
Another area they've excelled in is the points in the paint. They've been able to gouge the interior defense so far in this one.
Now here's Walker. 7-point game, biggest lead so far. Dort with a steal. 1:43 left in the first half. And the ball out of play. Timberwolves will have it. And here are the Timberwolves. It's been 13 unanswered for them. Pass to Sharp. Vassell outside. Now here's Brunson. Dort defending. And here we go. The Nuggets on the fast break. Here's Cunningham. And there's the rejection.
Oh, great timing on the block. Sharp using his athleticism to make an impact on D.
And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play. The three-pointer is good from Levine.
He's a producer. It's part of their plan to get him as many touches as possible.
And make no mistake, Cade Cunningham is the engine of this team, Graham.
Man, his vision and playmaking are crucial to the offense. Coach trusts him to make the right reads and set up his teammates. He has cut down on mistakes and is rounding into an elite point guard.
And Denver has possession. Following the score by Minnesota. Dort, right side. .41 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Pass to Cunningham. Cade taking it in. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
There's the handle of Cunningham on full display with that nice take.
There's 21 seconds left to play in the first half of basketball. Inside, Walker. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
That jump shot is going to be key for Walker in his career, especially with how physical a player he is.
And both free throws good for Walker. Here's Lillard. Yet to see a basket. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
There's 6 seconds left in the second.
Number 7.
Outside Levine. And the first half now in the books. It's Minnesota leading by 6. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And Brunson's got the ball here for the Timberwolves. 6-point lead. Pass to Bosch. All sorts of time. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls. Bosch has gotten his second bucket of the game. Dort with it. The shot, no good. Some solid defense from Brunson. Here's Sharp. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
And the shot goes in. So Dort's gotten his first bucket of the night.
Nice use of strength by Dort. He runs into the inside contact, but pushes right through it.
Shoots. The rebound by Duncan.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
Oh, LaVine goes in hard.
LaVine shows off his toughness there, powering through contact.
Vassell outside. Back to Brunson. Walker sets a screen. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Well, I don't think anyone predicted that Jalen Brunson would become the player he is today, Grant.
Yeah, that's for sure, B.A. Or he definitely wouldn't have been a second-round pick. He's a hard worker, a competitor, and an elite offensive player.
Now here's Cunningham. Green up top. Anthony grabs the board.
Well, you couldn't ask for a better look. That's one he's got to knock down.
Sharp up top.
Oh! Wow! Oh, man. Sharp makes that look way too easy. That's elite bounce.
They set the screen. Pass to Hendricks. Lets it go. And he connects with a jumper.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Back come the Nuggets on the run. Here's Duncan. Off target from three-point range.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. Denver calls timeout. So both teams changing it up here. Now a timeout called by Denver. All right, Stan, as you look around the league, who stands out as the best perimeter defender right now?
There's so many good ones. OG Anunoby might be the most versatile. Drew Holiday, Derek White, KCP. Don't forget about guys like Aaron Gordon and Herb Jones, also outstanding.
Now here's Sharp. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game.
Yeah, not afraid to finish at the rim. Sharp, just relentless.
Here's Cunningham. They trail by 9. Pass to LaVine. Back to Cunningham. Oh, Cunningham rises up.
And Cunningham showing his game extends above the rim.
Outside Brunson. Takes it inside. Vassell outside. 4 on the clock. Here's Bosch. Rebound by the Nuggets. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have passed. Pass to LaVine. Back to Cunningham. It's deflected. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Cunningham. And Minnesota making a change here. The Timberwolves lead by 7. Now Brunson. Dort with a steal. Here he goes. Pass to Siakam. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
And Minnesota making a change here. Now here's Dort. He's averaging about 6 points per game.
Not afraid to shoot. Dort has become more confident in his jumper, and you see why.
Now Brunson. Here's Sensabaugh. He's watched by Cunningham. It's Brunson working inside.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Nuggets trail by 6. Pass to Duncan. Fires from deep. He gets hauled in by Exum.
They have a decent advantage in regards to rebounding.
Nice shot by Walker. Walker's got 7 points.
This is how Walker likes to play. He invites contact and he dishes it out.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. There's 37 seconds left in the third quarter. There's a screen. Pass to Hendricks. To the inside. Here's Richards. The rebound by the Timberwolves. They host the Hawks after this one, and that'll be their second of 4 total games at home. Here's Zubac. And it's slammed in by Zubac.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark.
Just great positioning to get the rebound, then get it back up.
With 1 on the clock. And the jam by Walker.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves, ending the quarter up 10, just pounding the painted area. With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for Denver, trailing by 10. Outside Levine. Stolen by Sharp. Now here's Brunson. Vassell outside. Pass to Bosch. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Left side Brunson. Rebounded by Denver. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It goes on Obi Toppin.
And what focus from Dort inside. Even while being fouled, he still puts a shot in the air.
And he's good on the second. The Timberwolves lead by 9. About 1 minute played here in the fourth quarter. And here's Toppin from the arc. Drops in the 3.
And the find by Brunson, more than capable of running the offense.
Here's Cunningham. Pass to Dort. And it's out of bounds. Still Denver's ball.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
Down low. Here's Duncan. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
And here's Brunson. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Toppin. Stolen by Siakam. Dort for 3. Here's Cunningham. Stolen by Sharp. Fast break, Minnesota. Here's Vassell. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for Minnesota?
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
Yeah, another thing they did well defensively, closing out. Inside and outside, their defenders were flying out to shooters.
The Timberwolves lead by 11. Pass to Bosch. Outside Brunson. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Toppin. And Cunningham pulls it down.
Well, if you give him that shot again, I'm willing to bet he nails it, especially with that lack of defensive effort.
Vassell outside. Fires for three. Offensive rebound. And they'll get another chance.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Outside Brunson. 6 to shoot. And he lobs it up top. Hammers the lob through.
Yeah, the vertical for Sharp is there. He'll be a challenge to contest in this league for sure.
Siakam the screen. And it's good as he snugs it right through the net. And growing up in California, Stan, when did you first fall in love with the game of basketball?
Well, Brian, my dad coached for a long time, and I just remember going to his practices and going to his games. I can't remember a time where I didn't love the game. Well, one thing with LaVine, you love the way he can attack at all 3 levels on the floor.
So the first one drops, and that brings him within 10. He's off on the free throw, unable to get the second one to drop.
And that's a situation where you must make them all to get back into the game.
Here's Zubac. Denver grabs the miss. We've got 1:13 left in the game. LaVine. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. It's on Devin Vassell.
And that's just an outstanding job by LaVine to take advantage of the situation and force the defender to overcommit.
Minnesota leading by 8. Zubac screen. Here's Anthony. Inside. Outside LaVine. Fires the 3. And he buries it. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
This is anyone's game now, and they have the momentum.
Yeah, taking away the lead is never easy, but a rally like this is how you do it.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. And a new group getting ready for the Timberwolves. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Chris Finch said to the team. And he was emphatic in telling his players not to let up at this point. He told them to stay active on defense and contest every single shot. He said, quote, "We worked too hard to get this lead. Let's protect it. Try to keep them focused down the stretch."
Great work, Allie. Thanks.
Cunningham's teammates and coaches trust in him in a big spot.
And Brunson's got the ball here for Minnesota. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Lou Dort. That's his first foul of the game. Here's Walker. Brunson with it. Shot clock at 6. Oh, wow. Unable to get off a shot. They'll turn it over. Very unfortunate time there to pick up a shot clock violation.
And looking to even the score with a huge 3.
Absolutely need a 3 here.
So it's a narrow victory for the Timberwolves, pulling it out for the W. That was an incredible night of hoops. This is Brian Anderson. Joining me, analyst Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill, and reporter Allie LaForce. So the Timberwolves will get the first possession. Pass to Bosch. To the paint. And that one's good. Sharp. We should see some great ball movement with these two teams, Grant. Fantastic group of passers on each side.
They're just so unselfish. They play for one another. You can see how it keeps the whole team involved. And I'll tell you what, I just love watching teams that can pass like this.
Here's Giddey. Following the score by Minnesota. Shot clock at 5. And the layup falls.
And sometimes defenders just forget how tall Giddey is. I mean, the 6'8" guard is solid finishing inside.
Pass to Sharp. Here's Vassell. The 3. It's rebounded by Şengün. Outside for Ingram. Fires for 3. The rebound by the Timberwolves.
And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open.
Here's Sharp. He's guarded by Irving. And it's Giddey off the drive. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
Oh, the athleticism of Ingram. Exceptional at skying up for slams.
Right side, Brunson. And no good. Pass to Giddey. Back to Şengün. Out to the wing. There's the triple. And stolen by Brunson. And now the T-Wolves on the break. And the jam by Walker.
Go up and get it, young man. Walker's terrifying when he's attacking the rim.
Well, I don't think anyone predicted that Jalen Brunson would become the player he is today, Grant.
Yeah, that's for sure, B.A. Or he definitely wouldn't have been a second-round pick. He's a hard worker, a competitor, and an elite offensive player.
Here's Ingram, and it comes off the front of the rim.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
Sharp with it, and it's Şengün picking him up. Here's Bosch. And it's Giddey with a rebound. And Giddey has got the ball here for San Antonio. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Chris Finch. I asked Coach how they plan to defend Kyrie Irving. He laughed and said, "That's top secret, but seriously, Irving's got those moves, the counter moves, the incredible finishing around the rim, and sometimes you just hope Kyrie has an off night." We'll see how locked in Kyrie is tonight, guys.
As always, Allie, we thank you.
And though he has a scorer's mindset, Brunson willing to make the next pass.
Shoots from the elbow. The shot by Ingram, no good.
Slow going for him this quarter. The defense putting up a good fight.
And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
And Walker is a big guy and fantastic at using his muscle to gut through tight coverage.
Free throw good, Walker. 1:39 left in the first quarter here. Up top, Giddey. And right now, he's currently putting up 6.5 points per game. Minnesota leading by 5. Pass to Zubats. Count it. 1-for-1 to start the game.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Now here's Giddey. Now here's Şengün. Just 5 to shoot. Irving looking around. Shoots over Vassell. No good. And they can't put it into the drought.
And the defense was right on him there.
Oh, throw it down.
When he took off, I was not expecting that.
Oh.
You can really feel the momentum swinging in their direction.
Yeah, but they can't relax. They got to keep building on this lead because it is not safe.
Now here's Brunson. He's scoreless. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Zubats, screen. Brunson on the drive. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Pass to Ingram. Got it. Ingram's got his second basket of the night.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
And so it's Minnesota closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. Looking to run whenever. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Showing their energy so far, sprinting up and down the floor, getting out in transition and taking advantage.
And not only that, you like how they're turning defense into offense, forcing turnovers and capitalizing.
Now Irving. Pass to Murray. 6 to shoot from the arc. And Irving gets it to go. Irving's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game.
A capable shooter from distance. Give Kyrie space to fire, and he does not pass it up.
And it's slammed in by Zubats.
Oh, just an artful little reverse slam.
Power and style. That was sweet. And here is Irving. And they doubled up Irving. Pass to Şengün. Fires from deep. He gets hauled in by Exum. Minnesota leading by 6. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute of play. Right side, Brunson. Look at Brunson, tough in the lane.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Spurs trail by 8. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Jalen Brunson's craft sets him apart. He said, quote, "I've always played with my instincts and tried to see the game a couple plays ahead. As I've gotten older, that part of my game has gotten wiser and better, but I'm still learning." Ryan, that's a scary thought for the rest of the league.
He's already plenty dangerous, Allie. Brunson assertive on the take. A nice shot by Zubats.
Just a good playmaker. Brunson using the pick and roll to create offense for his team.
Outside Ingram. Here's Şengün. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Ingram. Şengün's got 6 in the quarter.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Brunson on the drive. Good D by Şengün.
Look, the defense was locked in on him there. They know how dangerous he can be, and they guarded him perfectly.
Back to Irving. Şengün, the screen. A little mid-range shot is up. Pass to Giddey. Murray from outside. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Following this game, they'll hit the road to challenge the Jazz at Delta Center in Utah. And that starts a 4-game road trip for them. A nice shot by Zubac. Zubac has got 8. Well, Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint. But if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside.
3 minutes of action thus far in the second.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
DeRozan with the ball. Pass to Collins. Outside. Rondo. Bridges with it. Now here's DeRozan. Guarded by Sharp. For 3, Bridges. And he buries his first look.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the second quarter. Sharp with it. Picked up by Collins. And it's in there. Sharp's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And his athleticism is big for Sharp in the post. And he can finish with either hand as well. So he'll get a lot of points down low there in his career.
Here's DeRozan. DeRozan down the lane. Pass to Rondo. Spurs need to get one up here. Here's Champagnie. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
Here's Bosch. Outside Walker. Pass to Bosch. All alone. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls. And the Timberwolves lead by 4. Now here's DeRozan. No made baskets yet. There's 25 seconds left to play in the half. Shot clock at 6. Collins, no good.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
Left side Sharp. Here's the 3. It's not going to go for him. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. It's Minnesota up by 4. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit. We've got second half action for you. And if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Spurs trail by 4. Now Irving. It's Giddey on the wing. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Minnesota leading by 4. And here's Brunson. There's the drive. Here's Bosch. No good on the triple.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
Ingram with the ball. He's picked up by Vassell. Şengün. No good on the 3. And Minnesota has possession. Here's Bosch. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
Growing his passing game. Sharp knows being able to reliably create for others will really round out his skill set.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul of the game.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
Brunson with it. A dependable player on offense, giving them over 13 a game. Zubac's shot is off. And it's Şengün with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. They trail by 6. The shot by Ingram, no good. Just over 1.5 minutes have passed in the third quarter. Minnesota again missing.
rough start to the second half for them, only getting one of the past 4 shots to fall.
And Jalen Brunson gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Substitution on the court.
DeRozan deciding where to go with it. DeMar working the lane.
Double D has that soft touch, and it serves him well on that interior.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves, no doubt, a team to be reckoned with. Coach Chris Finch said, we come in every single night and compete. No matter what the circumstances are, we expect to win. We root for each other, so I feel like we have all the makings of a tough team.
And they have reason to be confident, Allie. Thank you. On the wing, DeRozan. From deep, it's rebounded by Zubac. Minnesota leading by 6. And Richard, throughout his career, DeMar DeRozan has such an easy time finding ways to score.
He knows how to get to his spots on the floor, B.A. You have to do your work early against DeRozan because he is a midi master. If you let him move freely, he will jay you to death.
Pretty much the second Brunson gets the ball, he's into motion, and that's how it's done.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Rondo's shot is off. Here's Sharp. 6 points for him. Driving inside. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
The burst. Man, Sharp can go from 0 to 100 in the blink of an eye.
Here's DeRozan. Pass to Rondo. Ooh, poked away. Stolen by Sharp. Here's Brunson outside. And another 3 from Minnesota.
And in the second half here, they're shooting a terrific percentage from 3.
Outside, Rondo. Bridges outside. For 3, Collins drains the triple. Collins has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Over to the left wing. And it's slammed in by Zubac.
Ooh, he's earning his keep offensively, a key part of their winning effort at this point.
And that's an intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Substitution on the court.
1:05 left in the third quarter of the game. DeRozan for 3. The rebound by Bosch. And here's Minnesota now. They're on a 14-5 run. And Anthony, here we go. And Anthony slams it in.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
They've had great execution, and what stands out is that they're just taking what the defense gives them, not forcing anything.
Pass to Rondo. Clock at 6. Collins a screen. To the wing on the left. Here's Champagnie. San Antonio again missing.
That is not a bad decision to pull it from there. It was just a little bit off with the execution.
Now here's Anthony. Pass to Bosch. Plenty of space. And Minnesota again with a bucket.
Credit them for making the right halftime adjustments.
Oh, yeah, I can't agree more. They haven't missed.
And so it's Minnesota looking in total control with this 17-point advantage as the buzzer sounds. The Huskies.
26.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Minnesota leading by 17. Now Brunson inside. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
It's harder to thread those passes inside, but the reward is evident.
Collins right side. Out to the right wing. For 3. Good, and it's Rondo who picks up the assist.
The way he can elevate over a defender from deep, very tough to contain outside the arc.
To the middle. Brunson taking his time here. He can't get it to go.
And they're up right now, but it hasn't been because of him. He's really struggled on offense.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for Minnesota. Earlier in the game, they led by 19.
Yeah, not afraid to finish at the rim. Sharp, just relentless.
DeRozan, left side. Bridges outside. Lets it go from deep. Knocks down the triple. Rondo, he's got his first 3 points of the game.
When he has enough space, he's more than comfortable letting it fly from outside.
Pass to Bridges. Outside, Rondo. And the layup is good off the glass.
That's where they'd like all their shots to come from.
And here's Brunson. Moving along, 2 minutes gone in the fourth. Can't cash it in from close range. Spurs trail by 13. Bridges outside. Back to Rondo. Bridges outside. Takes the three. Minnesota with the rebound. It's Sharp on the wing. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And so difficult to defend. Sharp has 3-level scoring ability, and he is prolific.
DeRozan outside. Oh, he used the shot fake to create the angle, but he couldn't get it to fall. Pass to Sharp. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
And this guy has some bounce. Always fun seeing Sharp hammer at home.
The Timberwolves lead by 17.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Brunson with it. Walker sets a screen. And he lobs it up top. Alley-oop up top. Hammer it home.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
No let up with these guys. They're going for the throat now.
Sinks it from distance.
This has been their game plan here in the final period. We'll see if it continues to work out.
I think when you've got it going from three-point range, you got to keep it going. It's a good way to kind of pile up the points quickly.
Here's Brunson outside. That one doesn't drop. Spurs trail by 16.
They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Timberwolves.
Their unbelievable shooting was probably the biggest difference tonight, but they also got stops.
Yeah, great effort on both ends. Now, they worked for good shots, and they were stingy defensively as well, but just really impressive.
Man, this is a nice victory for them. It's win number 14 of the year. And propelling them to a solid win, it was a night of big plays for Jalen Brunson.
And his playmaking is what stood out to me, effortlessly creating for his teammates.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
That one drops for him. And the Timberwolves lead by 15.
They got a big lift from their crowd tonight, giving them the energy they needed.
You have to love their effort. This game wasn't handed to them. They took it.
Kicks it to DeRozan. Fires the three. Knocks down the long J.
An excellent job of reading the defense. As Ingram's court vision continues to improve, so will his playmaking.
Pass to Zubac. Shoots over Şengün. Zubac's shot is off. On offense, here is San Antonio. A 12-point game. He hits the back iron and sinks it. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Anthony. So we see the Timberwolves taking the W here. A competitive game. You have to feel like this crowd gave him a little extra edge.